The God of War Ascension Statue. This was actually my very first statue that I ever bought. I'm just deciding to review it now. I haven't put up a video for a little while. Been sick under the weather, haven't felt good. Sounded like crap, so I didn't want to really put anything out until now. But I wanted to review this. This is the first statue I've ever bought. I bought it about 2 years ago, I believe. And I'm going to go through and just grade this thing on a few different areas. I'll get close-ups and talk more about specific things that I really like about this and things that I don't like about it. I'll grade it in those areas, and then I'll also give it a final grade at the end for what I think of the statue overall. What I'm going to grade this on is things like fit and finish, which includes the detail of the statue, the assembly, and how it fits together. Is there big gaps? Does it want to constantly fall over? And the paint, how well it's painted and how it looks. I'm also going to grade this on the presence and wow factor. How much of a presence does this make in your collection? If you walk into a room and see this statue, does it jump out at you? Does it blend in with everything else? How special is it really? And then I'm going to give it its overall score for what I think of it as a whole. The overall score at the end is going to be based on 1 through 5. Number 1 being basically number 1 is bad, 5 is really good. 1 is only if you are a super hardcore fan of something. The statue may really suck, but because you like something so much, you still get it. Number 2 would be something that has some flaws and issues in it. Most people probably wouldn't want this. Some people may be able to look past it. Number 3 would be a very good statue overall. Good paint, good sculpt, good presence. Number 4 may have some minor flaws here and there, but overall just a really, really well-made statue. And number 5 would be epic and completely perfect. Something that definitely is a top-tier statue. Everything on it was just amazing. The other categories, the fit and finish and the presence, are also 1 through 5, but those are just based on the general, 1 being good, 5 being the best, and I'll base it somewhere in that range when we get to it. But now I'll take the camera off, get some close-ups and go over some of the categories and give some feedback on what's good and what's not good about it. I'm going to start at the base and move my way up to the top, and I'm going to talk about the fit and the finish, which includes the detail of the statue, the assembly and fitment, and the paint. The base on this is really nice. I like it quite a bit. There's quite a lot of detail, a lot of the broken rocks, and it's got a lot of good detail into it. The Roman pillar, a lot of Roman type details on the base, the broken rocks here. His feet are well detailed too. It's got good separation in the feet. They don't look like they're one solid piece with no definition between them. And this does have mixed media. As you move up, his boots here, this is sculpted. It's not mixed media. These bandages here, it's like a hard cloth. It's not sculpted though. This material here is definitely not sculpted, neither is this, and it's more of these bandages underneath it. The first negative that I have to say about the fit and the finish is, unfortunately, the blades. Not the blades themselves. Those came out really, really well. A lot of good sculpt and a lot of good detail. The cracks in it, the chips in the blades, the paint on it is very good. I have no issues with the blade themselves as far as how they look. My problem is with how they fit into the statue. If you look here, this was pegged in. It's not a magnet. So the problem is, especially with this one right here, because of how it's angled, when that is pegged in there, it was extremely loose. And when I got this statue, when I first bought it, unfortunately broke it. The blade fell out of his hand, and you can't see it, but this piece back here broke off. And the reason why I said you can't see it is because I did such a good job on fixing it, you can never tell that that piece broke off at all. It was a very, very clean break and easy to fix. But I definitely have to knock it on fit and finish because of the blades being so sketchy as far as how they fit in there. The chains are amazing. Some people don't like mixed media. Other people do. But these are actual metal chains. And I think being Kratos and God of War, having actual metal chains is really friggin' cool versus having them sculpted. I think that's, in this case, it's better than having it sculpted, having actually the chain and the mixed media. And his chest and his red stripe, which really isn't red, and I'll get to that in a second. But the rest of the statue is sculpted pretty well. He's got a really good face sculpt. The likeness is really good. Definitely looks like Kratos. They did a good job with that. The issue that I have with the paint is that Kratos is thought as being colored white. And it doesn't show up very well in the video from what I can tell so far, just from the camcorder, the way it's picking it up. But in person, he's not white. He's like a grayish blue tint is the best way to describe it. And his stripe is like a maroonish brown color. It's not bright red like you imagine it being. So that's another thing that I knock it for. But as far as the actual sculpt and everything, I don't have an issue with it. It looks pretty damn good. My only issue really is the paint, because the blades look awesome. The way his body's sculpted is great, but I think the paint could have definitely been better than what it is. So as far as fit and finish, I think it looks pretty damn good. I did knock it on the paint, and the fact that the blades don't fit in all that well, which really sucks because I did drop it at one point and break it, but it was a real easy fix. But overall, I'll have to give it a 3 out of 1 out of 5 for the fit and finish because of those few issues that it has. The main thing being the paint. I did glue the blades in, so they're never going to come out. I don't plan on selling this thing, so I didn't care, but I would rather have them glued in and know that they're not going to fall out than deal with this, having to move this thing around the few times that I have to, and having the blades come out and break it beyond the point of being able to fix it like I did before. So fit and finish, get a 3. The presence and wow factor, if you're a God of War fan, you walk into a room and see this. This is probably one of the best God of War statues that I've seen. And this is actually number 8 out of 500. I was pretty lucky to get a low number. I was happy about that. I did get this for sale too. This was originally like a $600 statue. So I think the value for this, even at $600, is pretty damn good. But I got it for sale on the PlayStation site. They were trying to clear out all of them that were left. And I got this for like $300. So I was pretty lucky on that aspect of getting it for that price. I think it was worth it at $6. So I got it at half that. So that was pretty cool. The overall score of this, out of a 1 out of a 5, it's tough because I think it's better than a 3. It does have, it's a good all-around statue. But I really think I have to give it a 4 because it does look really good. The job on the base was done well. He looks really well. The only issue that I really have with it is the paint not matching what Kratos really looks like. So because of that, it definitely doesn't get a 5, but I will put it at a 4. I would say it's a really good solid statue with a few flaws. But overall, I think it's pretty damn nice. And if you walk into a collection room and see this in there, it's definitely going to catch your eye. It definitely has a good presence and a good wow factor to it. As far as what else I have coming up, I have bought some other statues that are on order. I will not get them for quite a long time because it takes a long time for these things to get in your hands once you actually order them. I'm looking at probably July, August, September time frame to get my next one, which I just did a video on last time, being the Cyborg Superman. That's probably when I'm going to get that one if it's not delayed. I've also ordered 2 more statues, and we'll do a not a review on those, but I will do a video on which ones of those are coming up. And just as a little hint, it does have to do with God of War. So those are going to be pretty cool. I can't wait to see those ones. So it's going to be a long wait to get them, but that's how it is doing statues. And I have one other God of War Kratos statue I'm going to review. I'll probably do that next. So you'll have to see how that ranks overall as far as all my God of War stuff. Out of what I have right now, this is definitely my favorite. The ones I have on order, well, we'll have to see about that. But thank you for watching. I will have more stuff in the very near future. So if you want to see more God of War statues and more statues in general, oh, by the way, go check out my Doomsday one. That thing is freaking amazing and massive. So subscribe for more content, like, share, do all that cool stuff, and I will be back later on. Until next time.